Welcome, Mr. Handicap. Let's take a look at race number 12 on Saturday at the fairgrounds. It is the Silverbulletday Stakes with a purse of $150,000. Should be a great day for racing. There's a high chance of rain in forecast, 70 to 80%. But I grew up in New Orleans, and sometimes when they forecast 80% chance of rain, you just might get a sprinkle. So just keep an eye out for the conditions of the track. Before I look at the field, real quick story about Silverbulletday. I remember when she raced at the fairgrounds in 1999. I was at the track. She raced in the fairgrounds Oaks. Gary Stevens was in for the ride, and Bob Baffert was also in attendance. But Silverbulletday was clearly the star of the show. She walked into the paddock with an air of confidence, like she knew she was going to win. And she did exactly that. She won by 3. Next race out, she would win the Grade 1 Ashland at Keeneland. The race after that, she won the Grade 1 Kentucky Oaks. Silverbulletday won over $3 million in her career. Let's take a look at the field. Look at the one horse, Nora G, at 8-1. She won a debut at the fairgrounds. Next time out, she finished second by a neck. She won her last race at the fairgrounds by 3/4 of a length. Not the fastest speed figure in the world, though. It's a pretty slow speed figure. She's going to be stretching out for the first time. She definitely likes the track, though. Getting 8-1 on Nora G. Look at the 2 horse, Cotton Candy Annie at 20-1. She should be 20-1. She's going to really need to step up her speed figures to compete with these in this race. And there's the 3, your most likely pace setter. Hey, you never know. 2 races back, went to the lead, didn't look back. Won by 5 3/4 at 1.16 miles. Getting 8-1 on Hey, you never know. I will use this horse on my tickets. And there's the 4 horse, the Alley's Look, trained by Brad Cox. A couple races back, she was forwardly placed, won by 7. They may want to keep her pretty close to the lead in this race. There's not a whole lot of pace in this race. Next time out, she finished second in the Untappable. Getting 3-1 on the Alley's Look. I'll use her underneath. Then there's the 5 horse, Chop Chop, 8-5, your morning line favorite. Clearly the class of the field, and honestly the horse to beat. She won a maiden debut on turf. Next time out, she won a stakes race. Brad Cox put on dirt, the Grade 1 Alcibiades at Keeneland. She finished behind Wonder Wheel by a nose. Well, that Breeders' Cup Juvenile, well, she was just extremely wide in that race and had a terrible trip. Just a horrible trip for her. She finished 13. Getting 8-5 on Chop Chop, it wouldn't surprise me if she gets bet down more than that. I will use Chop Chop on my tickets. And there's a 6 horse, Amber Cascade at 6-1. She won her maiden race last time out in her 3rd try by 3 3/4. She was 13-1. It was her first time on LASIK, so I don't know if that had something to do with it. I'll tell you what, though, she is showing increasing speed figures, and it's always nice to see increasing speed figures in these young horses. It'll be interesting to see how she runs in this race. It's 6-1 on Amber Cascade. Then there's your 7, Forest Chimes, at 4-1. She made her debut at 1.16 miles, and she had no problem with that distance at all. She won by 7.5. That was a very impressive win by this 3-year-old filly, Forest Chimes. Getting 4-1 on the 7 horse. I will use the 7 horse on my ticket, so these are the horses that I'm using. I'm using Hey, You Never Know, the Alley's Look, Chop Chop, and Forest Chimes. Now, Chop Chop is clearly the class of the field. It's clearly the horse to beat and will be the overwhelming favorite in this race. Horse I'm going to pick to win, I'm picking the 7 horse. Forest Chimes at 4-1. Now, my multi-race wagers, I'll still use Chop Chop. I'm going to take Forest Chimes to win over Chop Chop. Hey, you never know. And the alleys look. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know who you're picking in the Silver Bullet Day Stakes at the fairgrounds. Good luck.